Hey guys, welcome back to your favorite football channel on YouTube. Well, I'm not sure if it's favorite, but my channel has been watched by over 20 million people by now. I find it sort of amazing and almost overwhelming. So as always, my first message, thanks for being a part of it. I hope I add some value to your life as a football fan. Now, we're in Brazil, and we're just a couple of days before the beginning of the World Cup. I think it's 17 days. Yesterday there was the final of the Champions League, so I hope you got to watch it and get some emotions going and kind of a warm-up for the World Cup. There's the sugar loaf over there and the Brazilian flag. Welcome to Rio. And I want to talk to you about the most important, kind of the most concerning stuff about this World Cup for someone that is traveling here, which is safety. Two most important things to understand. The first thing is Rio during the World Cup will be a little bit like Rio during the Carnival, which is the most exciting time to have a major fun, dance around, meet new people, have a couple of drinks, amazing opportunity for major, fun and interaction. But it's also the most dangerous time to lose your wallet, your cell phone, maybe some jewelry, to get pickpocketed. The World Cup will be like this because there will be many tourists coming here from relatively safer places, bringing their expensive cameras and wallets and what have you. It's important to understand this dynamic and the fact that Rio is actually a safe place if you know what you're doing and if you try to minimize the potential losses. Now, Brazilians are very concerned about the safety here. They don't really feel safe in Rio because Rio has a tradition of being a dangerous place, but it has improved dramatically over the past couple of years. So when there are articles like this, the Rio people get a little bit shocked. This is the article which says Rio a 33 dias da Copa, which means the Rio 33 days from the World Cup, and it shows like a story of a guy, of a couple from another Brazilian city being assaulted at the Ipanema beach. Just last Friday, the guy kind of lost his necklace and then chased the pickpocketer, the thief, and got beaten up by the friends of the thief that showed up. These things do happen, but if you apply certain rules, you decrease the chances just dramatically. And the rule number one, which is very obvious, is if you want to avoid losing expensive stuff, don't have an expensive stuff on you. This guy had a necklace, for example. All the jewelry, in my opinion, is off limits during the World Cup. Why would you carry anything, even your wedding ring, if you're married? Leave this stuff at home and just, end this worry. It's just not worth it. The other thing that you might want to consider not wearing is a wallet. I walk around in Rio without any wallet. Any given day that I go to work or whatever, I take with me my debit card, which I know the PIN to. I take some money with me, like maybe 20, 30 reais, which is like 10, 15 bucks, and I take my smartphone, and that's everything I take. And by the way, during the World Cup, my smartphone, this one here, which is a kind of a mid-range Motorola, but still pretty expensive smartphone, is actually staying home. I'm going to use a much shittier phone just to worry less about losing it and being less pissed off when it actually happens and I lose it. A tip for you if you want to take good pictures during the World Cup is if you're traveling in a group, make one person responsible for taking pictures and carrying around a more expensive camera or a smartphone. Let's hope that person is very responsible and very serious about this. For example, I wouldn't be that person in my group, and so that everyone else in this group can just relax and enjoy their time here without worrying too much about your stuff. So jewelry and wallet, I would say not even take them. Smartphone, take it, but go for something less expensive that you will not be very angry about losing. Smartphones are actually very cheap here if you want to buy them. I mean, they're a bit more expensive than the US, but they're still not nothing exuberant. Now, if you want to take it to the next level, you might want to wear your flip-flops here and a sleeveless shirt or maybe a t-shirt, and stay off jeans and just go for Bahamas and really look like a local. That would be a kind of a fun idea. Now, the Rio people distinguish between the nighttime and the daytime. they will tell you Rio is a wonderful city. It's actually an expression in Portuguese, a cidade maravilhosa, which means a wonderful city, the wonderful city. But it applies to the daytime and not much to the nighttime. And the nighttime is when most of the weird stuff here happens. And the basic rules for staying safe during the night is try to not stay alone. If you have to go from a place to place on your own, go for a taxi. Taxis are not expensive here. Always ask a driver to put the tachometer, they always will. And contrary to a popular opinion here, they really never try to cheat me, so I think, you're on the safe side here as well. Stay off the beaches during the night, and try and stay close to populated places, even when you're going with in a large group of people, because these places will be full of local people that know what they're doing. It's as simple as this. Now, my story in Rio, the only time when something sinister happened to me, I actually had the money that I had on me, I got it taken away, was at the Copacabana beach after it turned dark, on my own, dressed like a tourist. I had a polo on me, I had jeans and sneakers. I was totally off guard, and the guy pulled out a knife on me and took my money. And then the people that saw it from afar told me, well, of course, you were a perfect scenario for any thief of Rio, just to go and take your stuff away. And thank God I didn't have my wallet with me with my credit cards or anything. So, this stuff happened, but at the same time, I minimized the losses by just not having expensive stuff on me. Which brings me to a final point. What happens if it actually does happen? How you should behave? It's important to understand that the thieves in Rio, just like in any other place really, they don't want to harm you, they just want to take your stuff. And I read it in one of the articles on safety just before coming to Rio that any thief here has much less to lose than you. And I think it's true. I think it's important to understand that you minimize the threat of violence, or any possibility of violence, by just giving your stuff away and not trying to fight them back or discuss with them or running away, although running away sometimes might work. But if you listen to my rules, learn from my experience, and stayed off expensive stuff here in Rio, you will be totally okay. Now, the stuff you might read about Brazil right now applies mostly to places other than Rio and other the Zona Sul, the south region of Rio. So I really think that if you stay in the right place at the right time and avoid dangerous situations, you will be totally okay, and you will leave Brazil without even seeing one weird event, and you will be like, well, they told me it's dangerous, but it was actually as safe as Europe or the US or Australia or wherever you're coming from to enjoy the World Cup, which I hope you will. And I'm going to leave you with this thought. We're very close to the major event. I'm very excited. I hope you're excited too for the World Cup. Let's have some major fun. Stay safe, enjoy, and I will talk to you